What's happening? It's the Don John Davinci. I'm a free indigenous man born and raised in Fillmore. Fillmore is a small neighborhood in San Francisco, California, one with the largest wealth gap between the haves and the have-nots. OG once told me the only way to better yourself is to remember where you came from and reshape your way of thinking. In the 1950s, my grandmama and my great-grandmama moved to San Francisco with her 7 kids to flee the Jim Crow South. My grandfather had just been murdered. I grew up right here. If any family member fell upon hard times, they always was welcome at 1738 Field Street. It was the tail end of the crack era, so the inner cities was in chaos. By the mid-90s, I focused on one thing and one thing only, man. Moving my body and my mind from this poverty frequency, shifting into a frequency of abundance.
I was out of state on that bullshit. Lawyer ain't text on that bullshit. They ain't send no money on that bullshit.
From my time, we can't even holler. You getting bands in your hand, but you better holler. You niggas brains in your clowns, I don't even bother. If there ain't money on your mind, we can't even holler. If there ain't money from my time, we can't even holler.
First of all, the Fillmore that you see now is definitely not the Fillmore that we grew up in. You know, it changed a lot over the years. It's still a place that we all call home. It was originally like one of the epicenters of black culture on the West Coast. Man, I grew up watching some cold players, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, the music that they was playing ended up being the music we sampled. You know what I'm saying? I feel an overwhelming effort to try to carry a frequency of just negativity towards black people. Like, I feel it. I feel it coming from the outside. I feel it when I'm in a grocery store. I see it in the media. It's like a diligent effort to kind of paint us all a certain way, you know? And I had to force myself to step outside of that vibration. It's Mother's Day. Just so happened to be Mother's Day.
When baby was born, back in our days, when I was born, Mama used to say that this took 2 or 3 days before they even opened up their eyes. When Janet was born, the first thing my mama said, his eyes is wide open, look like he's been here a month already. She said, well, blow me down. She said, babies are coming here. You don't have to wait till they open their eyes.
Shit is going bad, I'm trying to make it better. My dad's stressing, he mad, he found bullets inside my dresser. My mother, she understands the struggle, she know there's pressures when you been shot and these niggas is plotting to come and get you. I'm taking extreme measures, grams like get a job. I'm searching, but all that's working is pushing purple and rocks. I was just really talking about a lot of stuff I was actually going through at that moment, being fresh out. I had caught a case, I went down for an attempted murder. I was 16. They ended up sending me out of state to a group home. So after I completed my time out there, they wanted to send me to another group home because I had gotten accepted to a college out there. I was supposed to go to college, but I had wanted to come home so bad, so I had like my own choice whether to go to college in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where I didn't know nobody, or come home, and I hadn't been home since I was a kid, so I chose like to go home.
There's a lot of layers to it. It's kind of like a oxymoron in some ways because black people probably the least privileged people in the United States of America, but we do have some privileges, you know, and I want to shed light on what those privileges are. One of them happens to be that we are cultural leaders, we're spiritual leaders. Man, this is like one of my sanctuaries, you know what I'm saying? This is where we go to vent, this is where we go to kind of shut down the outside world, you know what I'm saying? And express ourselves, man, you know? I woke up this morning feeling like a piece of shit. I'm right depressed about my eyes. Took a long ass piss. When I look inside that mirror, I ain't feeling what I see. I ain't the man that mama raised a little baby boy to be. Look, I desperately do wish someone would care enough to listen to me vent, but I'm scared that they will label me a victim, so I keep my feelings tucked in, focused cause I must win the battle to make it out this vicious cycle that I'm.
They can't copy it, there go the envy, and then they wanna know what is it she sees in me. Damn man, don't hate the player, hate the game. I know it's cliche, but I'm always having to say it, cause niggas get in the game before they know how to play it. Then bitches start backing off, then the niggas get on the gay shit. And I ain't talking about that LGBTQ though, I'm talking about the PIMP, you know. The game that I'm serving them is the best, cause I got women with degrees.
The day I caught my first case, I was at my granny house, which was a central place for all the family members to meet. And you know, I was kind of already on my own in the world, but my pops happened to be there. He said, "What up, son? What you doing?" And we had the type of relationship where we could be real. I said, "You know, just getting my money, finna go get my sack off. It's the 15th. You know, get the rest of these rocks off. What you on? Man, you sure you wanna go do that, man? You might as well just give me them motherfuckers. I'll give you the money for it." "Nah, Pop, this is why I do it, so I don't need nothing from y'all." Had I just let him do that, I might have not started my felony criminal background. You see what I'm saying? But I said, but just me being a young man, and my reasons were good, and they're still good to me, because I didn't want to be dependent on my parents, you know what I'm saying, and shit like that. So I was basically taking care of myself by the time I was 15.
Yeah, Pops, man, you know, my biological dad. Everybody knew him in the neighborhood. I knew about the legend more than I knew about the man, you feel me, when I was young.
Here is a man who builds a dynasty. And here's a man who lives simply, but he's happy. And the one that's a dynasty spends so much time protecting his dynasty. Which one is richer?
It's the real story of the last black man in San Francisco. I tried everything to get my elders not to sell the house we grew up in, but they sold it. It's all good though, cause the history my kids will inherit is priceless. No matter what generation, the same rules apply. Knowledge of self, have faith in God, don't ever be afraid to seek wise counsel. Every man got an expiration date, that's guaranteed. But your stories, you gotta make sure your stories live forever.